Hey everyone, welcome back. So we were here in song mode, and we went and we converted the sequence to unused track, including mutant or muted tracks. So then we did it back here at our main page. Then we're going up to sequence, and we're scrolling all the way until we get to the song from song. So what this did was it converted everything that we've been working on, all the different tracks, and then it recorded those tracks and it converted them into a sequence, which now we can see on our arranger page. So the arranger page has got everything all done here, and we're at 64 bars, and yeah, so it's gonna go through and do all that. So this does include the muted parts, and that's why everything looks the same, time and time again on what this is. So since the last track, I had actually continued on and had a fault with the the USB, and just kind of kept on recording the video. So I've actually already got some stuff prepared that we're gonna go through and listen to, and try to kind of recreate and do so that way then you can see where everything is at. So that being said, let's go to the arranger page, which is just the icon off of the main menu, and we're going to play start and listen for anything that we find that's kind of out of place, that we don't like, that we need to change the timing on, and that's going to allow us to do some multiple different things from this right here. So here we go. Okay, very cool. So it did include one of the parts that I had added, in there, but right off the bat, like everything that I was hearing, the vocals kind of came in a little hard. Wanted to see, if there was something that we could do about, trying to get the vocals to mix, in just a little bit better, since it's just, kind of a short period of time at the end of the track. So, so what I did was I went ahead and I chopped the vocals again. So what I did was I went to, so we're going to click on the vocal chop. we've got, vocal, vocal, vocal chop 1, vocal chop 3, vocal chop 2. So, actually ended up chopping the vocals 2 more times. But we'll start off with the vocal chop 2. So let's go to the grid, and what I ended up doing was I just took our main vocal sample, and then I brought it back, over into this new drum program, which then allows me to well, let's go ahead and unmute the vocal tracks here. So back into the grid here, the vocal chap unmuted, and then you can see I've already got them, kind of placed in here, on the grid. And this was just me going through and listening to the song over and over and over and over and over again, until I started hearing what I could do with these little different vocal chops. So they're, my goodness sakes. Okay, after exploring around for a minute here, was able to go back and so on my pad bank, it was over on C, which there's no samples on C at all. All the samples are on A page. So back to the grid here. The sample that I brought in was this one. And what I did was I just placed that in the areas that were kind of giving me a little bit of emphasis, and then down here what I ended up doing was just giving it let's see which sample that is. So just, all I did was just go to the note repeat, right here, went over to the 8th, did the 8th, if you want to go, 16th, it'll, kind of give that, type. So that was one of the additions that I made to the track. And it should be noted also that that I went into the effects and I did the vocal harmonizer. So the vocal harmonizer is in C minor. It's on the initial setting, and these are all of the everything that it's giving that sample some harmony. Okay, so then let's go vocal chop 1 grid. That's our main one there. Our vocal chop 2, so just again brought chops over, and I wanted to give these ones some filtered effect. So how I did that was I came here to the mixing, then I went to the plus, and I gave it some filter gate. So that filter gate, and then I turned it to the 16th note. So it gave it that cool, texture on there. Okay, so, and then let's go back here to some drums. So, let's see, so it's pad 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so I added another, to the kick, I added 2 more. Looks like just 1 more to the kick here. So So I added this sample, but I did it quarter note. To kind of give it that little bit of echoey, sound, and that's where I put those, along with the whole track. So between those three, things that I did, it really made a big difference in the overall, difference in how I felt about the track. So, so when I'm coming back, to here, so this is the drum track right here that I added to, and then we came down here to these bottom two vocals, and we added to those as well. So I know you want to know how I did that after we had gone from sequence, because we went from song mode. So let me take you back here. So we went from song, where we recorded our sequence into the song, and then we converted the sequence. So we converted, and then we converted to the unused and included the muted tracks, and then we did it. And what that did was then it brought us back to our main page, which then we came and we scrolled over until we hit from song 1. So that's what converted it into a track. So after I got done adding all of the things that I did, what I did was I came over here and I double tapped the save. And so once I double tapped the save, it took me to my save page. Now this is your save as page. So so we want to make sure that we're on our SD card that's in there, the file name that's going to be on there. So I just did 3-13, and instead of A I went to B. So then I went ahead and I saved that as a brand new file. So now, when I go to load this project up, then I can load up 13B, 3-13B, and that will be my most updated version of this song. So we have previous versions before this. So, okay, so how I added additional things into something that was already sequenced. So that was very simple to do, actually. So what I did was I came down here to our arrangement. I scrolled over to the original kick track. So my kick 1. I just did the plus sign. The plus sign gave me a brand new drum track that I was able then to go over into the grid. So I was able to go into the grid and be able to lay down where I wanted each sample to live in the song that's created. Now inside the grid, this is 64 bars. So this is, the whole entire sequence. So you're just not going to go in, you're not going to go in and use the pencil tool and start, penciling in, different little things. Now that does work, when you're trying to get an idea, on something, because that's, kind of exactly, how, I do on some of these samples is I will come in and I will do, with my pencil tool, I'll come in, well, let's go ahead and enlarge this here real quick. So then I'll come over here to my pencil tool. I'll take my pencil tool and I'll just go bow. Okay, so so that adds something that's right then and there. And then again, if you want to come over and listen to what that is, then on this top bar that's right here, you just press in there and it brings the playhead back to there, and then you just press play. So there you go. So that is how you add something to an existing sequence that that's already done. So let me go ahead and take that back out of there. So I did that, and now you can kind of see what this is right here. So inside this track, this sample is a full sample. It's it goes all the way across. So what I did was I came in here, and so this was the original sample. So you remember that we changed the tone on that sample. So then what I did was I just press right here and bring this sample back and then over until I'm happy with where it's at. And that's how I created that echoey sample, was just by moving the existing parameters that were already laid out there until I was happy with that sample. Okay, so so that was how you add to the existing sequence that you already have. Okay, talked about making sure after you've done all this, double tap, save your project, save to a new project when you're ready to move on. And so let's go. So we've got the kick there. These ones are already named. Okay. I guess back over inside of here. So we talked about the vocal harmonizer and the filter gate that we added onto that. Let's see. So the only other thing that I added on effects was the soft clipper effect on the drum track, the original kick, and that just kind of comes in and clarifies things, makes things kind of hit maybe just a little bit harder for what it is on there. So I guess let's listen to it one more time, and then I can kind of point out with my finger where those samples are coming in and out, but you can kind of see where they're at as we're playing too. So here we go. So first one. Okay, so I know why I didn't bring in everything is because I'm still on song mode instead of over where the final sample lives, or the final song lives, which is on 9. And then, so what I did on the final one when I saved it was I wanted to find, do the last sequence. So I came over to the pencil icon. I, copied sequence, and then I went to, unused, one right there. I came and I named it our last date, and then I said do it. So this is where the final track is, where it does have everything. So I guess what I can do is play you guys out on that last little bit, and I really appreciate everybody kind of tuning in to see what this was. Hopefully it was a little bit informative. I know I stumble around and make silly mistakes, and just really don't use this machine to its full capability. But again, by doing this, you are learning every time that you make a mistake, that you have to go back and you have to erase, and then you have to come and then fix it and do it. So here is the final portion of this track, and yeah, let's make another one. awesome, guys. Thank you so much.